I realized as I was going to unhook our electric fence that I never explained putting in an electric fence. So this is the first time we've ever done any sort of electric fencing, and this goes all the way around the garden. We started with 2 strands, found that we think the neighbor's geese were getting in. They ate some of the tops off of our corn. I know online it says that deer will do that, but there weren't any deer tracks, so we're assuming it's the geese. We've seen them over here quite often. So we added an extra string, try and see if we could keep the geese out. But anyways, this is how this is. This is a very simple version of an electric fence. So we obviously have the controller. This is an older one, so it doesn't have an on and off switch, which is why we have all of these little hooks. We'll just unhook our makeshift gate when we need to get in there. So you can probably hear it clicking. And there's also a little light. I don't know if you can see it turning on, but that indicates that it's on, that it is working, it is live. So this is your basic controller. It's not solar powered, it is battery powered. So you have your ground and as well as your fence circuit. So your ground comes down here, follows that copper wire. Copper is your best conductor, into a copper ground stake that's hammered in the ground and then connected with that little fitting there. That is about 3 feet in the ground. Could probably be deeper and be making a better connection, but seems to be working so far. This controller here is just, I don't know if you can see, just zip tied to a regular old T-post. This is I believe it's a 6 foot tall T-post, and it's about a little over a foot in the ground. We're not putting a lot of tension on this fence because we're relying on the electricity, and we're not trying to keep livestock in or anything like that. So these posts don't have to be as far in the ground. So anyways, showing you that was the ground. So then you also have this coming out, and this is your actual electric part. So you can see this goes up, goes around behind it, hooks into this. That copper wire conducts it into, you can see the actual metal wire that we have, and that runs through here and continues on around. This right here, this PVC pipe, doesn't conduct any electricity, so we can grab it there and not get electrocuted. So this wire goes around, all the way around, contiguous, comes back to, let me show you better, comes back in right here, and then these little offshoots, this one right here, connect it to the upper and lower ones. And like said, this initial here is how it gets powered by this little controller as well as the battery. So then your battery wires to get your actual power source are coming out of the back side of this, and they come down. They have little red and black clips to connect to your red and black, your positive and negative terminals on your battery. Now, since there's no charging going on here, as in nothing is charging the battery, you do have to unhook the battery and put it on a charger every so often just to make sure you're getting enough power. But so far, this has been working. We haven't had a lot of pest pressure just yet, but the summer is young, so we'll see what happens. But this was really simple to install. It's just, I believe it was 17 gauge wire, and that goes all the way around. And then I have these little insulator clips that are attached to my T-post, and you just add the wire through there. Super simple. Wire comes on a spool. It's easier if you have a couple people to help, so you can just, one person can just be unwinding and the other person going around clipping. So I don't think I have any video of putting this in, and I apologize for that. But what we found was the easiest thing to do is to run around and put all of your posts in where you want them. So get all of your posts installed, then go around and put your clips where you want them. And like you can see, we have one probably about 18 inches off the ground. The next one is probably, I'd say maybe 2.5 feet off the ground. And then the last one probably right at 4, maybe a little bit higher. And those go all the way around. So once you put your clips on, have them where you want them, then start doing your wire. And like I said, if someone goes behind you, while you have one person stringing the wire, if you have a second person go behind you and open these clips and put the wire in as you go, then it goes much faster and you don't get everything tangled up. So it probably took us, probably about an hour to do the whole fence. The first time, the longest part was setting up the electric because we've never done it before. So getting that to work, we initially had a piece of rebar as our grounding rod, and that didn't seem strong enough. We were getting a very weak signal, so we did change that out for copper, and that seems to be working much better. But anyways, that's where we are on the fence.